Jos, how have you enjoyed your first year of Test cricket?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I think Test cricket has always been the sort of pinnacle for me, and to play Test cricket had some really good highs, some lows, almost every emotion on a cricket field. And I've only played 8 Tests, but it's been a great challenge, and I've probably understood why it's called Test cricket. And I think really just whet your appetite to be more involved in the future.
You say you've had a little bit of success. You're averaging 41 in the last Test series against New Zealand. No one's talking about your wicket keeping, which I suppose is a good thing. How do you feel like you're doing? How do you feel like you're developing?
Yeah, I feel like my game's going in the right direction. I think also showed with the bat, I'm not just one trick player. I'm not always just going to come out and try and bat very aggressively. I feel like I've got a bit more variety to my game than that, which maybe I got a chance to show in this series just gone. And I think my wicket keeping's going in the right direction. I was obviously really pleased with a couple of catches at Lords. Let through quite a few byes, but that can happen at Lords. It's quite tough. But if I look at where I was a year ago with my wicket keeping, I've come on a massive amount. And I think that's exciting for me. Being 24, and I think I've made that progression in a year, and then what I could do in another 12 to 18 months with my wicket keeping gives me a lot of confidence.
Turning now to the one-day game, the Royal London Series starting next week. It's a new-look one-day side, the likes of Jason Roy, Sam Billings coming to the squad. Are you excited about the potential of this one-day squad?
Very excited. These are guys I've grown up with, playing with and against as well. Obviously someone like Sam Billings had a fantastic Royal London Cup last year. Watched a lot of that on TV, and if he can come and replicate the way he batted that in international cricket, it'll be great to watch. Jason's been around for a few years as well, and he plays that style of cricket that everyone wants to see in English one-day cricket now. So these guys get going, it should be very exciting. I think English cricket as a whole, it's an exciting time. A new coach coming in with a lot of one-day experience. Chance for Owen Morgan as captain. To really put his stamp on how he sees the side moving forward and the way he wants England to play cricket. So it's a great time to be involved, and it's going to be a great series against what's a very good New Zealand side.
So they're a pretty formidable challenge in front of you against New Zealand, World Cup finalists. Do you think it'll be tougher against them in the one-day series than against them in the Test series?
I think they'll probably say it's their strongest suit. I think obviously getting to the World Cup final, they played a great brand of cricket in that World Cup, and had a lot of success doing it. As a side, I think in all forms of cricket they've come a long way in the last 2 years. Really sort of changed the game, I guess, a little bit at the World Cup. But it's great for us to come up against such a good opponent straight away. Have some really competitive cricket. In a way, I guess English cricket's trying to emulate what they did with their one-day side as well. So it really is a good challenge and a showcase of what we can achieve if we play to our potential against a strong side, and hopefully win that series.
As you say, they are a strong side. Undoubtedly, Brendan McCullum is their linchpin at the top of their order. How do you go about stopping a player like him?
Well, he's going to be very aggressive, and I think it's someone like Brendan's always going to give you a chance. I feel like you're always in the game. That's the way he plays his cricket. So I think that's exciting. But they've got some very good players elsewhere as well. But I think you focus on your own strengths. You do what you do to the best of your ability, and if on the day someone's better than you, then fair enough. But if you come out on top, then good on you as well.
So focusing on you now, how do you think your one-day game is developing, and where are the areas for you to improve over the next 12, 18 months?
I think I'm quite happy with my one-day game. I think I have been for a few years. I've understood it a lot better, I guess, and maybe a lot quicker than I do other formats. And I think for me, my consistency is something I want to improve on, and obviously I want to score bigger scores. I'm ambitious to get higher up the order, and instead of just finishing off games, making real contributions that really shape a game. That's, I guess, where I hope to see myself moving in the next 12 to 18 months.
Finally, all being well, an Ashes series this summer. If you get picked, is that a childhood dream come true?
Yeah, I think it is. I always said Test cricket's the best. I think if you're English or Australian, it's all about the Ashes. And I think that's hugely exciting. I know a lot of people are talking about 10 years ago, that famous Ashes series in 2005, which I guess was one of the catalysts of me, really getting into cricket and really wanting to be a part of that. And I remember that series so well. The whole country was captivated by it, and I'm really looking forward to, hopefully, if I can get picked, then actually being a part of an Ashes series as well.
And who are you looking forward to coming up against in that series? They've got some special players.
I think, you always, as a wicket-keeper, I'd always, you look at your opposite number, I guess, and Brad Haddin, and who obviously had a very good Ashes series 2 years ago in Australia against England. Adam Gilchrist was, I guess, a hero of mine, and I'm sure Brad Haddin was behind him for a long time, and, he's, I think, 37 now, I think, Brad Haddin, so he's shown great longevity to last that long, and I think you always look at your opposite number and you really enjoy that sort of battle with him.
Thanks, Jos.